clearing the space here, clearing myself, and welcome to the full moon in Gemini gathering. This full moon gathering is very special. Well, the full moon is special. Of course the gathering is special too, but the full moon is very special this time around. It is the last one of 2024. And I love full moons. They are like this culmination of like celebrating and releasing, and with this one being the last full moon of 2024, this is just such a great time to really kind of take stock of how far you've come, how much has changed in this last year. And if you're kind of sitting in this area of maybe like just kind of feeling a little stagnant or lost, what's not working? So really just take this time to reflect and release those things that you that are circulating in your life. Working with the lunar cycles is a great way to start tapping into not only the cycles of yourself as a woman, but the cycles of the collective, the cycles that Mother Earth has put in place for us to tap into and use that to kind of be more aligned with ourselves, be more aligned spiritually, be aligned more elementally, and just embracing this awesome life that we do have, even if it's hard sometimes. So that is what a full moon is all about. Celebration, completion, it's the ending of a cycle, and also the release. So this one is particularly kind of cool because we are in full moon in Gemini. So Gemini is an air sign, and Gemini is represented by the twins. So usually you'll see it as two women, one head on top, one head on the bottom. Gemini reminds us that we are both physical beings with responsibilities and limitations, and we are also eternal souls with infinite wisdom. So there's nothing beyond our reach. Like we have everything that we need within, including that polarity. And if we embrace things with curiosity, if we seek out clarity for things that we are unsure of, and just really deeply reflect on who we are at the core of our existence, of our soul, like that is the key. And so this full moon, yes, it's not only just that end of the year, last full moon for releasing, but these twins are reminding us of that duality within ourselves. So we're going to use this moon tonight to prepare to release that weight of this last year, and also to call in newness and more light for 2025. So I'm calling this moon Nurturing Body, Mind, and Soul, which goes along with the themes of Gemini, but it also goes along with the themes of life. And we've got Mercury. So there's a lot of planetary things going on. Mercury is one of the ones that we're probably most aware of. So we are in Mercury retrograde with a full moon on the 15th. Retrograde, it ends. So Mercury is that ruler of Gemini as well. So because we have these things going on with the full moon, like if we've been feeling uncertain, there is clarity coming. Clarity it's within reach. So just expect some insights to surface with the end of this Mercury retrograde, and it will kind of illuminate our path forward. So back to the body, soul, and mind. Physically, the moon reminds us to honor our limitations in our human life on earth. So like the hustle and bustle that kind of pull us down into this very physical form of ourselves, it kind of lets us forget about the temporariness of everything. So when you're in a bad mood, it doesn't last forever. When you're in a good mood, that doesn't last forever either. There's this ebb and flow, this natural ebb and flow, and the moon governs that ebb and flow. It's that emotional awareness. It is taking care of our bodies and recognizing that they are actually the vessel for our journey. And so looking after our bodies, resting, nourishment, movement, those are the keys to making sure that we are able to kind of navigate that scattered kind of, sometimes like overwhelmingness that comes with a full moon. And then at a soul level, Gemini wants us to remember that eternal part of ourselves. Like the one that is capable of unconditional love, of wisdom, of peace. And while like the body part, like that physical part of things, and the challenges that we go through that are temporary, our soul, like that eternal part of ourselves, never changes. It's constant, it's there. And so coming back to that, coming back to the fact that we have our soul with us all the time, we have those answers within us all the time, it kind of grounds us back in and holds us, you know? It just allows us to connect with those deeper truths, those deeper meanings of life. And that's not always possible just based on our upbringing, based on circumstances, on societal things. And so it's up to us to kind of move through that and work through that. And the easiest way to do that is by acknowledging that there is divine power, a divine source light. There's a higher being that is guiding us, whether you want to call it God or source, universal light, Mother Earth, universe, however you want to say it, it is out there. And for us to be able to tap into the energies of Gemini, we need to surrender a bit more to that. So for the full moons, I always pick a crystal or 2 or 3 or 4 that want to come out and help us. And the one that came up for me today was apophyllite, which coincidentally or not is one of the crystals that wanted to come out and help us for December. So apophyllite is this higher frequency crystal. So it's connected to your crown chakra. So your crown chakra is all about spirituality and connection. But apophyllite wants us to know that when we are lost in that uncertainty, in the chaos of our mundane, sometimes lives, there's always a flow. Like there's always a meaning. So it has this pure, just this pure enlightened frequency and can help you access that. And even accessing like higher learning too. So what can you do to be more aware and really dive into learning more about that divine wisdom and connecting yourself to that? But then you've also got the small practical steps to get there. So sure, you can see that there's, or hear or feel that there is that higher energy, that higher being up there. And it's fine just to think of that, like if that's what you want to do and just whatever. But if you're taking more practical steps towards that connection, you're going to feel it more. So for instance, meditation. If you want to connect to a higher being, to even your higher self, you have to be in a state of stillness to receive what's next for you, or you have to be in that silence to hear those whispers. So you have to make a point of setting aside the time to do it. It's not just going to happen. You can't just, like, it's just not going to happen. You have to make the step to do it. Those simple steps are like the steps that you need to do to look after your body, mind, and soul. And Gemini being an air sign too, like that's your mind. That's like, what's going on up there? Is it full? And if it is full, you need to figure out a way to like release that, which is what this moon is all about. Releasing that stuff, the lessons, the patterns, all of those things that clog up our minds on a day-to-day basis. Like, it has to go. It has to go. So that is Apophyllite, and that is the full moon in Gemini. I'm going to walk you through a bit of a meditation, a little bit of a meditation here. So what I want you to do is just get into a really comfortable spot. I'm going to be using the light codes of Apophyllite that I will infuse into this video, into the meditation for you to kind of just sit with its frequency, just to feel the difference. And especially, it's not a rare crystal, but it's not typically one that someone has in their home. So this way you can connect with it without actually holding it. It will reach you. So getting comfortable, I'm gonna take a little drink of tea. So just getting comfortable. If you want to lie down, or you can pause this video if you want to light a candle, put on some music. Actually, I probably will put this to music on the video. So just get super comfortable now. Just closing your eyes gently. Breathing in deeply through your nose and exhaling out through your mouth. One more deep breath in. Exhaling all your worries from the day. Breathing in the light. Breathing out all that mind, that mental clutter. Breathing in light to take its place. Sinking deeply into your chair on the exhale. And one more deep breath in. Exhaling long and slow. One more deep breath in and out. And on the next inhale, I want you to hold it at the top. We're going to hold for the count of 5. So breathing in deeply and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Feeling so comfortable and relaxed now. I want you to head into your imagination and visualize yourself sitting on a grassy patch in the forest. You notice all the sounds around you, the birds chirping, the leaves rustling in the trees, the wind blowing your hair gently, feeling onto your cheeks the warmth of the sun. There's nature all around you. As you sit here, feeling the coolness of the grass beneath you, you gently open your eyes and you notice a group of people under a tree in the distance. And they motion for you to come over. These people are the ones who deeply care about you, who deeply support you, and love you unconditionally. You may recognize a few of them, or all of them, or you may not. Support comes in many forms, from the past, from the present, and from the future. But they welcome you unconditionally. As you walk over and sit down in this circle of beings, you can feel their immense love, the calmness, the expansiveness. And you notice in the center of this circle of beings is a large golden orb. And as you get comfortable in this circle amongst the people around you, they tell you that any worries, any thoughts, or experiences that you feel are weighing you down or that are causing you discomfort or challenges, they can be given to the golden orb. And the orb will transmute and clarify these challenges for you. So when you're ready, you can start pulling out those situations or thoughts from your mind and surrender them to the orb. You can say these things in your head to the orb, or surrender some visuals. Whatever comes up is exactly how it's meant to be. So just take a few minutes to do that. So now that you have surrendered those thoughts and visuals to the orb, you notice it is now glowing a beautiful shade of purple and lilac and mauve, spinning and transmuting all of those challenges, transmuting it to the highest frequency of love and light through all time and space. And as it transmutes all of these issues that you've surrendered to it, The light is radiating out and encompassing you, embracing you in these high frequencies. The frequency of love, of clarity, of inner peace. Feeling that flowing deeply through your body now. The things that you were unclear about are now clear. Your worries have been erased and shrunk down. Your thoughts are brought back to your heart, out of your mind and into your soul, where inner peace lives. As the orb holds you in this beautiful purple light, take these new frequencies with you as you head back to the soft patch of grass that you were sitting on when we started. Coming out of that orb, but keeping those frequencies with you as you settle back down in the grass. And repeat to yourself, I illuminate my boundaries. Inner peace is within me. My limits protect that peace. My light is infinite, grounded in my everyday actions. I am connected. I am clear. Unconditional love flows through me. Every cell of my body is illuminated with that light. My body, my mind, and my soul are complete, aligned with my highest self. So just taking a couple of deep breaths to anchor that affirmation in. And noticing your fingers and toes, wiggling them, and coming back to the space in front of you. And I'll give you a few moments just to integrate that. If you want to pause the video and journal about anything that came up, go ahead. And I do have some journal prompts here that I'm going to read to you. And I'll pop them on the screen as well. If you want to answer those or come back to them later, that's completely fine. So the first prompt is, how can I balance my head and heart when making decisions for my future? How can I better honor and care for my physical body as a vessel for my soul's journey? Are there areas where I feel disconnected or stuck in the physical realm? And how can I bring more balance to that? And how can I strengthen my connection to my eternal soul and trust its guidance more deeply? Or trust divine guidance more deeply? In what areas of my life Am I struggling to balance my responsibilities with my spiritual needs? And then finally, what emotional or energetic heaviness from 2024 am I ready to let go of? And how can I trust the clarity of this full moon to envision a more aligned and fulfilling 2025? Because that is what this full moon is giving us, is clarity. And full moons, our intuition is already heightened with full moons. So this is a beautiful time to get clear on what actually has to go so that you can make room for more light to come in. So just take some time with those journal prompts or come back to it, whatever you want. Along with celebrating the full moon and taking advantage of its celebration and releasing energies, doing some sort of releasing ritual is a great way to kind of anchor in those energies. So looking over your journal prompts, did anything come up that you are feeling that duality with? Is there anything that's coming up that you want to release so that you can be more grounded in your day-to-day life, or that can help you remain clear in the mind and connected to heart? So those are the kinds of things that you want to release. So one of my most favorite ways to release is to write things on a piece of paper. You say, I now choose to release, and then you're going to write it out. And then with a fireproof, fire-safe bowl, or go outside to the fire pit, you're going to write those things on a piece of paper, and you're actually going to verbally say it out loud. When you say things out loud to the universe, she hears you, God hears you, and those vibrations are stronger than if you're going to just say it inside. So verbalize what it is that you're releasing, and then burn each slip of paper that you've written down for what it is that you want to release. Another way that would be really cool for the full moon in Gemini, because Mercury is also about communication and connecting. So if you had a glass of water, you could speak your what it is that you want to release to the glass of water. The water transmutes that energy that you spoke to it, and then go outside and dump it. Same thing. I now choose to release, and it's gone. Because this is the last full moon of 2024, I also would love to see, and I'm going to do this, but I want to make a little list, a gratitude list of things that I'm thankful for, of where I've kind of grown and where I've seen improvements in my life for 2024. And then also just a few things of what I want to invite for 2025. So for example, maybe you want to invite clarity and purpose into your life, or maybe open to your intuition, like something, maybe it's even aligning with balance. That might be a good one for myself, but just a little simple thing that can give you focus for what you are working on, even just in the next, throughout this next lunar cycle. Just something to give you focus on, and to allow that space where you've released to be filled again with light. So that is it for the full moon in Gemini. I hope you enjoyed this video. I usually do these gatherings in person. Sometimes I do them virtually. This time around, it just, with Christmas and people being busy, it just ended up being a pre-recorded ceremony, which is kind of fun too. You can watch it whenever you want or share with your friends. And if you love these videos, or if you find the information I'm giving you useful, you're gonna love the Magic Within. That's my monthly membership. It is kind of like this sacred container for the collective energies of what's coming up, what you can do to harness those energies and work with it. We talk about the moon cycles, We use tarot cards and crystals just to get some clarity on what's coming up. There's meditations to support you throughout the month, and little rituals to do as well. And I would love to see you in there. There's actually, if you loved Apotholite, there's actually a beautiful meditation that I channeled through Apotholite in the Magic Within for December that I quite like it. And yeah, have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your month, and I'll see you in 2025.